Hey there, folks! Let's talk about something we all know and love, or at least know, the US dollar. It's kind of a big deal, like that friend who always picks up the tab. See, the dollar is the world's reserve currency. That means it's the main currency countries use for trade and stuff. Think of it as the Beyoncé of money. Everyone knows it, everyone uses it. How did this happen? Well, after World War II, the US was like the cool kid in school, rich and powerful. The Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944 made the dollar the top dog, linking it to gold. Countries started holding dollars as reserves, and the greenback became the world's go-to currency. This dominance gives the US some sweet perks. It can borrow money cheaply, for one. And since oil is priced in dollars, the US gets to call some shots in the energy market. But like any good party, this can't last forever, right? In the 1970s, President Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard, which changed the game. This led to inflation and economic shifts, but the dollar remained strong. Today, the dollar is still king, but it's facing new challenges. Cryptocurrencies and digital currencies are emerging, shaking up the financial world. Global leaders are also talking about diversifying reserves to reduce reliance on the dollar. So, while the dollar's reign isn't over, the future might look a bit different. But for now, let's appreciate the dollar's journey and its impact on the world. It's been quite a ride, and who knows what the next chapter will bring. Remember that cool kid in school? Turns out they've been racking up some serious credit card debt. The US has a big old national debt, and it keeps growing every year. That makes some people very nervous about the dollar's future. Then there's inflation, which is like that friend who eats all your snacks and never replaces them. When prices go up, your dollar doesn't buy as much as it used to. High inflation erodes the dollar's value and scares off many investors. And let's not forget about political uncertainty, which adds to the chaos. Remember that time the US government almost shut down over a budget fight? Yeah, not exactly a confidence booster for the dollar, right? Political instability can make people jumpy and less likely to hold on to a currency for long. Now let's talk about the new kids on the block, digital currencies. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, it's like a digital zoo out there with so many options. Some people think these cryptocurrencies could replace the dollar someday in the future. Then there are central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, which are like digital dollars backed by governments. China's already got one in the works, leading the charge. Could CBDCs challenge the dollar's dominance? It's a real possibility. But hold your horses. Digital currencies have their own problems to deal with. They can be volatile, vulnerable to hacks, and their environmental impact is a whole other can of worms. The jury's still out on whether they can truly replace the dollar. Section 4. A new world order, geopolitical shifts, and the dollar's future. As the world evolves, so does the balance of power. And with it, the role of the US dollar. Remember that saying about absolute power? It seems more relevant now than ever. Well, the US isn't the only game in town anymore. The global stage is becoming increasingly crowded. China's economy is booming, and it's throwing its weight around. With its rapid growth, China is challenging the status quo. Russia and other countries are also looking to ditch the dollar in some transactions. They are exploring alternatives to reduce their dependency. This shift in global power could mean fewer countries rely on the dollar. The implications of this are vast and complex. They might start using other currencies or create their own trading blocks. This could lead to a more fragmented financial landscape that could weaken the dollar's grip on the global economy. The dominance of the dollar is being questioned. It's like that moment when you realize your parents aren't superheroes. They're just people. The realization can be quite sobering. The US is still a major player, but it's facing some stiff competition. The future of the dollar is uncertain, and the world is watching closely. Section 5. The dollar's destiny, what lies ahead. So what's the verdict? What does the future hold for the almighty dollar? Will the dollar stay on top, or will it go the way of the dinosaurs, becoming a relic of the past? The truth is, nobody knows for sure. Predictions are just educated guesses, and the financial world is full of surprises. The future of the dollar depends on a lot of factors like US policies, global events, and international relations. And let's not forget the rise of new technologies like blockchain and digital currencies, which are shaking things up. One thing's for sure, the dollar's dominance isn't guaranteed. It's a competitive world out there. It's facing challenges from all sides, from emerging markets to alternative currencies. But hey, even Beyoncé had to reinvent herself to stay relevant. The dollar might need to do the same. the dollar might need a makeover too, whether it's through innovation, cooperation, or adapting to new economic realities, or maybe a little bit of both. Collaboration and creativity could be key. The future of money is uncertain, folks. It's a complex and ever-changing landscape. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be interesting. Stay tuned, because the story of the dollar is far from over. That's our show.